Hello and welcome back to the AA Podcast. I'm your host, Aiden Hammond.
And I'm Aditya.
And today I'm sipping on a peach Snapple again.
I still got water.
Yeah. So, what do we got first? Oh, official Zion Williamson debut. Last week we got the much-awaited return of Victor Oladipo.
The announcement. He hasn't played yet, but
This week we got the much I don't know what the word is. Much anticipated return of the Messiah, our sweet prince, Big Chungus Zion Williamson.
Yeah.
Big boy.
He's set to return on the 22nd against the Spurs. And
the Pelicans are going to go undefeated after he comes back and sweep the playoffs.
No.
Because, girl, you got that yummy.
Stop. Justin Bieber sucks. Everybody
stream the box. Alright, up next, we've got fuck Justin Bieber. All my homies hate Justin Bieber.
That was not up next.
Next, the Board of Governors is pushing back their April meeting.
Yeah, so,
Okay.
The meeting was for like potential schedule changes for the league, and they're just pushing it back, which I mean it's fine. They're probably just taking more time to plan it out,
which is probably good.
Yeah. It's not too big of a deal.
Yeah. Up next, we've got the Utah Jazz are just vibing right now.
Yeah, their win streak got ended by the Pelicans, but before that they were on like a 10-game win streak.
Go Pelicans. Go Pelicans.
Unfortunately for them, Mike Conley's returning tonight against the Kings. And even though he's on a minutes restriction, they literally are a much better team without him. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. And, maybe him and Jordan Clarkson just tear it up off the bench. But they need to keep...
I'm not giving up on Mike Conley.
I'm not giving up on him, but the fact that they went on a 10-game win streak after he got out...
It's definitely a problem.
Yeah. For him. I mean, he's still a good player. They just got to figure out, because they have so many ball handlers.
Yeah, they got to figure out how to really get him, utilize his strength.
Yeah,
because he's got some of the best court vision in the league. He's just.
Well, another problem with him is that when he was on the court, he was shooting 15% from the field. So it's
maybe just don't let him shoot. Do the thing that I thought that the Rockets were going to do this season, where Westbrook just takes 6 shots a game and just passes the ball and gets 10-10-10s every game. That's what I thought they were going to do. They have not been doing that.
And he's been solid. Westbrook, he's been pretty good.
Yeah, he's only shooting 25% from 3 or something.
Dude,
just drop my snap.
You gotta not do that.
My snap.
If that fucking explodes on my carpet.
It's not going to explode, dude. It's a plastic bottle.
Okay.
Snapple, sponsor the AA podcast, please.
Please do that.
We'll take, I don't know, what do you think? $1 million, $2 million?
I think that's fair, yeah.
Yeah. $2 million each. So a total of $4 million for one per podcast.
Yeah. Good call.
Yeah. If you do want to sponsor the podcast, hit us up.
We don't have a business email, actually.
Dude, we have an email, though.
Yeah, but it's not.
Come on.
Okay.
We'll start linking the email in case anybody wants to sponsor us.
Okay. We'll make one. Actually, I guess we can just use a podcast email. That's fair. Yeah. Okay. So that's not important right now. But the Jazz are third in the East or third in the West right now, I think.
Are they what?
Because they a 10-game win streak. That's a lot. I think they're second or third.
Okay, hold on. You vamp while I look this up.
I mean, it's right there.
Utah is the 4th seed. They're 28-13 right now.
Yeah, so they're doing
pretty
good.
They're on a 56-win pace. Holy shit.
Yeah, so they're pretty good. But Mike Conley could potentially screw it up if he continues to not play well. I don't think
that Mike Conley's going to... I don't think they'll play Mike Conley if they think he's going to
he's on a minutes restriction right now, but for his return. But, I mean, once he's healthy... They're not going to just not play that $30 million contract.
I don't think he's that bad, though.
Well, when he was playing, he wasn't good.
Man, the Kings suck.
Yeah. Half of their wins have come from, Nemanja Bjelica hitting game winners for them. So it's
Nemanja Bjelica. Greatest name of all time.
Didn't Buddy Hield get booed after dropping like 22 points in a loss?
Probably. The Kings don't have very much to cheer for, though.
That's last year they did. Not as much this year.
Really?
Last year
Did they really?
Well, they almost made the playoffs. So that
They
was
were
like
8 games out of the 8 seed.
yeah, but like that was. I mean, that was better than anything they've done in the past like 15 years.
10, but yeah.
So it's like, you know, they were like, yeah, we can make the playoffs next season, and now they're not. But next, what's up next?
Ooh, actually, I'm gonna add something in a little bit. The Memphis Grizzlies are now the 8th seed.
I think we talked about this on the last one.
Did we? Okay.
I think so.
Yeah, I feel like we did too. Okay, up next, we have got our trade segment.
Okay, yeah.
So we have 2 blockbuster trades.
While we were setting up to
From last
record
week.
this one, the Portland Trailblazers and the Kings agreed to a trade. So it's like the main piece is Trevor Ariza, I think, but I don't know the exact trade like details because it was a lot of pieces. So, all right, so here it is.
You want to talk? Are we talking about the Hawks trade first?
No, the Blazers trade that just happened. So Kent Bazemore, Anthony Tolliver, and 2 second-round picks were sent to the Kings for Trevor Ariza, Wenyen Gabriel, and Caleb Swanigan.
Wenyen Gabriel, that's a sick name.
So yeah, that's the trade. It's not really important. There's not many big pieces.
Yeah.
But Trevor Ariza's solid, somewhat. He has been kind of trashed the past few seasons, but the Blazers of this one can really, anything helps because they suck.
The
And
worst thing Trevor Ariza ever did for the NBA was leave the Rockets after 2018.
And for himself too, because
he's gotten paid.
Well, yeah, but
he's been like passed around, but
he's also been
paid.
like trash.
Yeah,
while on that Rockets team, he's like one of their most important pieces.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about Trevor. I don't know why anybody would ever want to trade for Trevor Ariza.
Yeah, no, because he was perfect on that Rockets team. Really, nowhere else. They can maximize him. But I mean, this trade isn't really important. It's just the fact that there have been like 3 trades this year. So. Yeah.
And then the other one, probably the best player out of both of these trades, Jeff Teague, going back to Atlanta.
Yeah, so it was Jeff Teague and Treveon Graham for Allen Crabbe.
Jeff Teague, the All-Star.
Okay, no.
Jeff Teague, the All-Star, is going back to Atlanta. He is an All-Star. Technically, he made an All-Star.
Sure, one time. Okay.
Oops, sorry.
That was really loud.
That was really loud.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, oof.
But, yeah, so they just basically got a backup point guard for Trae Young, so Kevin Huerter doesn't have to do it. And
which, like, that was bad.
Yeah.
Don't want Kevin Huerter at the point guard. Jesus Christ.
But they're still going to suck because he's not changing much.
Yeah, how long do you think it takes for Trae Young to ask for a trade? Do you think he's going to do the Devin Booker thing where he's like, I'm just here to get a bag, and he just re-signs after his rookie contract?
He might.
Or do you think he's going to do like the Anthony Davis where he also re-signs and then is like, I actually don't want to be here?
As you can tell, Aiden does not like Anthony Davis.
I don't like any of that bullshit, but we're not talking about that right now.
But I mean, there's nothing about this trade that's important at all.
Yeah.
I guess the Timberwolves traded for Allen Crabbe because they want to try to make salaries match for D'Angelo Russell. Apparently, they have intensified.
This feels like a pipe
pursuits.
dream. This feels like a pipe dream. Like. This is not going to happen.
No, it's not.
Not going to happen. I'm sorry, T-Wolves fans.
Especially because, like, the main
dream backcourt of Andrew Wiggins, D'Angelo Russell, is not going to happen.
The problem is the Timberwolves apparently, like, I don't know if this is true, but a lot of people are saying, like, the main asset in this trade is Robert Covington, who's having his second worst 3-point shooting season of his career.
Well, but Robert Covington is also a 3-and-D guy, so...
Yeah, he's useful, but he's also not D'Angelo Russell useful. Like, you're not...
Actually, I beg to differ, because, okay, hear me out on this. I'm not saying that Robert Covington is a better player than D'Lo, so don't come for me, D'Lo stands. However, for the Warriors, if I had a guy who can give me front court depth, like Robert Covington, I would probably take that over just another like all-star guard.
But here's my thing:
Like if you can get Robert Covington and James Wiseman, or Robert Covington and Anthony Edwards along to put with is Anthony Edwards a guard or a forward?
I don't watch college, but I also wouldn't want to put a rookie in that situation because it will never work out.
Luka, ever heard of him?
Yeah, but he wasn't on a team that was expected to win a championship year one.
So Anthony Edwards is 6'5". He's a guard. He could probably play the forward if needed.
My whole thing is Robert Covington isn't enough value. While he's ideal for that team, I'm not trading. He's
not equal value, but
especially when one of the pieces you're getting back is Alan Crabb. That's not. Like, you'd have to throw in at least 2 first-rounders for me to consider that.
I would take 1 first-rounder. Because
you'd have to take Alan Crabb's contract.
D'Angelo Russell had a really good year last year, and he's a very good scorer and a good passer, but, like, can we relax? Like,
no,
he's
it's not even
worth
that.
this, like, insane haul.
But the problem is you're forced to take the Alan Crabb contract. That's the problem. He's making, like, $19 million.
For how much longer?
I don't know. I think he's got 2 years left, potentially. I don't know. When you look up Alan Crabb, the first thing is NBA All-Star voting.
So I voted for Alan Crabb to be an All-Star. Contract. Alan Crabb contract.
Okay. Especially with... I mean, like, Roko's useful, but again, I would need more. And plus, if you're giving D'Angelo Russell to the Timberwolves, you're officially devaluing that first-round pick anyway.
Yeah, 2019-20, Alan Crabb. This was his last year of that contract.
Okay.
So he's not going to be a piece of that trade.
Bad.
So I'll say Robert Covington, Timberwolves lottery pick.
Well, the problem is it won't be a lottery pick. You get D'Angelo Russell, you're not going to be in the lottery with Russell and Cat. So that pick officially loses its value.
This, like, if they made a trade this year.
Right.
Make a trade this year.
Right.
This year. Maybe even in the offseason, like in May or something. Like, make a trade so that the Warriors get your lottery pick this year.
But it won't be a lottery pick if they get D'Angelo Russell.
Dude, the Timberwolves are going to be in the lottery this year. They are not. I don't think that the Warriors, even if the Warriors trade D'Angelo Russell there in March, they're not going to be.
Oh well, in March
a lottery
because that's
the Warriors aren't going to do it right now. Oh wait, you can't do it in March because of trade deadline. Okay, fuck. Okay.
But, like, that's unless they do it in the
offseason. Even in the final 2 months... Okay, so let's say they wait until... When can you start trading players again? Can you do it the day the season ends?
Oh, in the offseason?
Yeah.
You can do it, I think, once...
the day the playoffs start.
No, I think it's later, because there's, like, a 3-day moratorium. No, it's free agency. Trades you can do, I think... I think it's after the finals.
You can do it before the draft, though.
Yeah.
So, let's say... Hell, even on draft day. Let's say on draft day... What are you doing?
I think. Oh boy, hold on. We gotta pause the podcast real quick.
Okay,
right, we have returned.
Yeah. So as I was saying, the Warriors could potentially execute a trade that sends D'Angelo Russell to the Timberwolves for Robert Covington, the Timberwolves' first-round pick, whatever it may be, and then let's look at the rest of the Timberwolves roster and just see what's up.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah, maybe Jarrett Culver.
Or
Josh Okogie.
I don't know if the Timberwolves want to trade their young pieces, though. I mean...
They probably don't. Oh, how about this? Okay. Jordan Bell.
Oh, yeah. Jordan Bell.
Jordan Bell.
Send him back.
Robert Covington. Their first-round pick. And, throw in Gorgie Dang. For D'Angelo Russell. That's not a horrible trade.
I would take out Gorgie Dang and... Well, I guess Alan Crabb's a free agent. But... I mean...
That's not a bad trade.
Yeah, I guess it depends on what the Timberwolves pick is. Because if it's
Warriors get a couple more players that should be on an NBA roster, which they don't have right now.
Yeah.
The Timberwolves get D'Angelo Russell, which I don't know why they want him so bad.
Because him and Cat are like best friends, and
they're boys. But like, do we think that's gonna work? Does anybody think
maybe they're gonna try to make a push for Devin Booker? Who knows?
Oh yeah, because they all want to team up.
Yeah. But I mean,
I don't think that would work. I don't think that D'Angelo Russell and Karl Anthony Towns would work together, especially with Andrew Wiggins on the court with them.
Well, I think, yeah, Andrew Wiggins and D'Lo would not be a good fit because neither of them are great playmakers. I don't know. I think it's...
But that's not a bad trade. That, like, gives the Warriors more depth.
My only thing is...
Gives them another first-round pick to help their rebuild.
If the Timberwolves go on, like, this super big win streak and end up with, like, the 12th pick in the lottery, then it loses a lot of value. I think the Warriors would want something in the top 7 or 8.
Let's just say the Warriors get, like... They're probably going to get a top 5 pick, at least, because of the new lottery odds.
They have that pick this year? I guess they haven't made many big trades, yeah. Most of it's signings.
So they've got their pick this year. They got... Let's just say that the Warriors... What are the new draft odds? Like, the top 3 teams can't get
like
lower than...
12.5 or 14.
It's 14 and a half, but what's the lowest you can get? Like, I know that if you have the... Like, I think all of them can't get lower than the 5th overall pick.
I think so, yeah.
Something
top
like
5.
So let's say the Warriors get at the very... Let's say the Warriors get, like, the 3rd overall pick. Let's say they get the 3rd overall pick.
Mm-hmm.
They get probably their pick of... I don't even know who would go first. Like, Anthony Edwards, James Wiseman. Somebody was probably dumb enough to pick LaMelo Ball in the first 3 picks.
I think he'll be solid.
Maybe. If he gets in the right environment and his dad doesn't fuck with his career.
Yeah, that's true. They need LeVar Ball to be silent for LaMelo to prosper.
So let's just say that they get James Wiseman, who is probably, I would say, the most likely to go 3rd overall just because of his lack of playing in college.
Yeah.
I don't know. And there's a bigger sample size for Anthony Edwards and LaMelo Ball in either professional or college space. So let's say they get Anthony Edwards, and then the Timberwolves have, like... Let's say the Timberwolves... So the Timberwolves right now are, like, tied for 13th in the West. They're 15 and 26.
Mm-hmm.
They suck.
Yep.
So let's say they end up winning, I don't know, 32 games. They get...
Well, Cat came back, so I think they're going to win a few more games than that.
So let's say they're the 12th seed in the West. So they could get... Let's say they get, like, the 8th overall pick, or the 7th overall pick.
That's good.
I think the 8th overall pick, I think probably a top 9-ish pick in this draft is good enough for the Warriors to be like, okay, we'll take that, Robert Covington, and some more depth.
I mean, I don't watch college ball, so I don't know much about, like, the players coming into this draft, but I can't...
I've heard that this is a deep draft, but I also don't really pay attention to at least the draft aspect of college basketball as much as just the games.
Once, like, draft time rolls around and we sort of know who, like, the consensus top 5 picks are, then I'll, like, start paying attention a little bit, but I'm not, like, invested right now.
But if the Timberwolves get, like, an 11th or 12th overall pick, I don't think that's enough for D'Lo.
They'd probably have to throw in, like,
I think it very much depends
seconds.
on how they do in the lottery.
Yeah.
To get him. Which...
I think if they get something in the 10s or whatever, they'd probably just throw in another second rounder. Because the Warriors are good at, you know, getting picks.
Or hell, even like a first rounder next year. Because
I think that's a little
if they're supposed to be so great with Karl Anthony Towns and D'Lo and Andrew Wiggins.
Yeah.
This team.
I feel bad for Timberwolves fans. Jimmy Butler sort of took them to the playoffs.
Because they have to live in Minnesota. Boom! Minnesota burn.
Well, you can't burn anything in Minnesota because it's cold. I'm not giving you a high five for that. That was horrible.
That was a good one.
You can keep your hand
That
up
was a
there,
good
good sir.
That was a good one.
Nope, you're not getting a high five.
That was a good one.
I agree, but I'm not giving you a high five for it.
Why?
Because it was not that
Can we
good.
do foot fives?
Nope.
Why?
All right. Because it was not good enough to warrant either of those.
Okay. Up next, Bradley Beal was pretty cranky with the Washington Wizards.
He got very upset after they lost a game.
Which, like,
I don't remember
why did it
which
take
game.
this long? We're halfway through the season at this point. Like,
well, I don't know. I feel like he's probably just riding it out and waiting till John Wall comes back, and we'll see how they do.
Yeah, but here's the thing, like, I'm all for players, like, leaving in free agency. That's why we have it, so that you can't just get trapped with one team for your entire career. But as soon as you sign a contract, I don't think that you should be able to just force your way out.
Well, he's not doing... I mean,
he's not doing that. So what I'm saying is that this is kind of Bradley Beal's problem now.
Yeah, he did sign his extension.
He signed an extension to stay there.
Horrible.
He knows that even with John Wall, their ceiling is like maybe the Eastern Conference semis.
Or the finals, depending on how John Wall comes back. Eastern Conference Finals. Let me clarify that. Because they did make it to the conference finals.
They get
right?
like a Game 7 of a conference finals like once.
Yeah.
I don't know, because like we went from LeBron to Giannis now.
Yeah.
We got Giannis in the East. Like
But
I don't think that there are that many teams that are going to be Eastern Conference
early
finals
LeBron like has the same thing as Giannis right now, where he's really, really good, but he's not fully like developed.
LeBron didn't make an Eastern Conference Finals until like his 5th or 6th year, though. Like, wasn't it 2007?
But that would be 4 years. But my whole point is that until he lost to the Mavericks, he wasn't really like a complete player, and then after that, he sort of started developing more of his mental, I guess.
And I think that loss is maybe the same thing that I think that the Giannis losing to Toronto last year is kind of maybe Giannis's Mavericks series.
Maybe. I'd say maybe.
Because that was embarrassing. Like, they had a 2-0 lead,
sure.
They lost 4 straight,
but
he got bodied by Kawhi.
He did, but the problem was everyone knows how great Kawhi... Like, the Mavericks team wasn't even supposed to, like, be there, right?
They had Dirk. They tore through the Western Conference.
I know, but no one thought that was going to happen. Like, no one thought they'd beat Kobe and the Lakers. No one thought they'd beat Kevin Durant and the Thunder. Like, no one thought they'd beat the Spurs. They weren't supposed to be there, right? Like, it was crazy.
And then everybody was like... You know, he just beat, like, 3 of the best teams in the league, but I don't think he can beat this other good team.
Like, yeah, so it's like, I mean, with the Raptors, everyone knows Kawhi's, like, by himself as a championship caliber team.
Kawhi 1v5 is a championship caliber team.
Yeah, so it's like, people know how great he is. They were projected to still be a really good team with Kawhi there.
Yeah.
The Dirk Mavericks were not supposed to be there.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is that an embarrassing loss in a major playoff series, like not just the first or second round, which I know LeBron got bounced a couple times in the second round in his early career. And then he got swept by the Spurs, and then he got the 2000, which, really, I think, made him realize that he's not God. Mm-hmm. And then 2011 was like, not only am I not God, I need to, like... make sure that I'm fully focused in the playoffs, and that's like I think that's kind of where the 0 Dark 30 thing started that he likes to do every postseason that he makes.
What?
Like, because I think you remember the 0 Dark 30 thing he used to do. Like, I know he missed the playoffs last year, but before that.
What do you mean?
Like where he just shuts off all social media for like the entirety of the playoffs.
I mean,
I think he might have started that after 2011. I don't know.
I don't know.
But I feel like that seems like his recent play is like a direct result of some of that.
I didn't even know that was a thing that he did.
Really?
No, I don't pay attention to LeBron's social media.
Ever. It's like you don't see it on Instagram when ESPN's like LeBron 0 Dark 30 mode activated.
Nope.
Really? I find that bullshit.
If I do, I don't pay attention to it, even if I do see it. I don't care about players' social medias.
Yeah. I mean, I don't either, but, like, I'm shocked you haven't seen, like, an ESPN post.
Can we go back to the days not the days, like a long time ago, but last season, Giannis was just, like, at the rim, he just standing dunk over a center. Can we go back? That was so fun. Yeah. Like, it's great that he's shooting these threes and all, but, like, can you go back to standing posterizing people?
Those were the days.
That was pretty fun. Or, like, jumping over people and dunking it,
That was sick when he did that to Mario Hezonja.
Tim Hardaway Jr.
Yeah.
Not Mario.
So anyway, let's go back to Bradley Beal.
Yeah.
This feels reminiscent of the Kevin Love thing that just happened a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. But the difference is that Kevin Love is in trade talks.
And the other thing is, Bradley Beal's been in trade talks.
Not that. Like, Kevin Love is thrown around everywhere. Like, this team can trade for Kevin Love. This team can, like, Bradley Beal.
But I saw an awful lot of stuff, like, this offseason that it's like, look, dude, the Lakers have the pieces to trade for Bradley Beal.
Yeah, but that happens every single time any player that's, like, somewhat decent or better is either a free agent or up for trade.
Yeah, that's
the
true.
Lakers fans want them.
Yeah.
I mean, there's the problem with this whole Bradley Beal thing.
I don't know what to think about this, because I really like Bradley Beal, but I can't feel bad for him, because he signed up for this.
But I don't think he's going to request a trade.
I don't
Because
think
he
they would
hasn't
request
yet.
a trade.
Because he hasn't yet. And the Wizards have made it very clear that they will not trade him unless, like, he really just acts.
If they could unload that John Wall contract, that would be just impossible. It's
It
not
is
gonna happen.
impossible, yeah. But it would be nice.
Yeah. Up next, finishing out the show, a little bit of a shorter show today, kind of a light week.
There's been no news.
Yeah. Kyrie Irving is a MF Dumbo baby.
I was upset about this. Oh, well, actually, there's another thing we haven't talked about, so we'll get to that later.
Oh, yeah.
We'll
finish out the show on a lighter note.
Yeah.
Kyrie being a MF Dumbo baby.
So basically, he had talked to reporters or whatever, and he was like, yeah, so I think it was very clear that this team is still missing a few pieces. If you include me and Kevin Durant and Spencer Dinwiddie and DeAndre Jordan,
Like,
and
no
he mentioned
shit. Your best player has a torn Achilles.
He mentioned Garrett Temple in that
No,
for some
no.
reason. But the thing is, he included KD. He said including him and Kevin Durant.
Here's the thing.
And the rest of that team, they were still missing one or two pieces.
If I was a Nets fan, I would say these are the untouchable guys: Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant.
Yeah, that's
it.
Yeah, but the problem is, Kyrie Irving said that on top of him and Kevin Durant and Spencer Dinwiddie and Jared Allen and DeAndre Jordan and all these and Karis LeVert and all these guys, they still need another two pieces.
Do they really?
No, because he's supposed to be that.
Here's what they've got. They've got Joe Harris, who's one of the best young shooters in the league.
He's not that young.
But
he's not young at all. Isn't he like 27?
That is young.
27 in the NBA. That's not
prime.
young.
That is prime.
That doesn't make it young.
Oh my god.
Prime is not young.
Joe Harris is 28, so he's pretty young.
That is not young in the NBA.
That is young.
No.
Yep.
It is not young. Kawhi Leonard is not young.
Kawhi Leonard is not old, though.
Yeah, he's not old, but he's not young. He's not a young asset.
I would say Joe Harris is, like, at the very least, okay.
He's an asset, but he's not a young asset. There's no developing Joe Harris anymore.
Well, that's not what I define young as. I define young as, like, not... Like, I define old as, like, over 35.
For me, someone that's in the NBA, when you are young, you are 25 or under. That is what I consider young.
Yeah, but Joe Harris has also only been in the league since 2015. So
yeah.
we gotta take that into account,
But
too.
the thing is, with a quote-unquote younger player, you can sort of improve their game or develop them in a certain way.
I guess. Anyway, this is a stupid conversation.
Yeah.
Joe Harris, one of the best three-point shooters in the league.
He won the contest, last year, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
They also have...
Just straight up, one of the best three-point shooters in the league. He's averaging 14 points a game, 46, 41, 74 shooting splits.
If he would just not miss his free throws.
He's not missing his free throws. He's shooting like 75%.
Yeah,
That's better than...
means he's missing one every 4.
Okay, this is stupid. This is a stupid conversation. He has a damn good shooting splits.
Yeah, he's a good shooter.
Although maybe not quite as great as you'd expect from somebody who's the best three-point shooter in the NBA.
I wouldn't say he's the best.
Shooting. One of the best. Sorry. Yeah, Steph Curry exists and Klay Thompson. So let's just look at this. So they've got assets like Timothy Luwalu.
Oh, yeah?
Who's on a 10-day. Has Rodion Kurucs played recently? I know he had like a domestic violence thing.
I don't think he's played much at all. And if he has, he hasn't done anything.
But he was like really good like last year for a stretch. I don't know. Fuck that guy.
Well,
so they've got other assets like Spencer Dinwiddie's 25. Wait, no, he's not. I'm still
Spencer
in like 2019. Spencer Dinwiddie's 26.
Yeah.
Dinwiddie's 26. So he's decently young. He is decently young. If you are under 30, you are decently young in the NBA.
That's not true at all. The NBA, an NBA career is not built to be that. LeBron is a special case where he's playing this well at 35 years old. The average NBA player starts to show decline at 32.
But Spencer Dinwiddie is an all-star caliber player.
Is he an all-star caliber? He was because the Nets weren't good and he was putting up numbers. But I don't think on a regular basis Spencer Dinwiddie's an all-star caliber.
Spencer Dinwiddie is better than average, though.
Yeah,
and so if you're saying if an average player starts declining at about 30, then Spencer Dinwiddie is.
Well,
not
I don't
gonna
mean
start
average
declining at 30.
stats-wise. I mean average you're not a freak of nature like LeBron.
I don't think that's true. Anyway, besides the point again. They've got Spencer Dinwiddie, Taurean Prince, Jared Allen, DeAndre Jordan, Garrett Temple, Karis LeVert, Wilson Chandler. They've got a lot of pieces.
Oh, yeah, he was suspended for like 25 games at the beginning of the season.
They've got a lot of pieces.
Yeah.
They don't
Kevin
need
Durant
any
on
more
that team. They're a
pieces.
championship team. Yeah.
They're a championship
caliber.
caliber.
That's what I mean. When I say championship team, I don't mean like guaranteed.
But I don't know
to
if they're
win.
beating the Bucks, even with KD.
I don't know. KD, well, it depends on how he recovers from his Achilles, I guess.
Maybe they'll blow a 3-1 lead and KD will go to the Bucks.
Okay. That's still a good meme.
KD, I hope you know you're going to get memed on for the rest of your life because you ruined the competitive balance of the NBA for like 3 straight years.
Yeah, with the, what's the, my next chapter? Those are so
His
good.
first game back, they're going to like lose.
And then it's going to say my next chapter.
To whoever they lose to.
That's going to be so good.
Or like, it's like whoever wins the NCAA tournament this year, it's like, I still have some eligibility left. I'm going to go join this. So Kyrie Irving is just talking out his fucking ass.
He needs to like not do that.
Here's the thing with Kyrie Irving.
He's
Kyrie
insane.
Irving is very... His behavior is very reminiscent of another guy in a different sport, Antonio Brown.
Well, they're like good friends, aren't they?
Are they?
I think so.
I don't think they're good friends.
I thought they were. I thought maybe that was just the internet memeing again. Let me look it up.
But they're very similar where it's like they are doing like almost in a cartoonish way everything they possibly can to end their professional sports career. Like, and it seems like they're not even aware they're doing it.
I feel like Antonio Brown is aware he's doing
Yeah,
it.
Antonio Brown's a fucker. Like Kyrie Irving seems so oblivious that he's just like ruining the professional opinion of himself. Like,
Yeah. I feel like if there should, I wish there was a thing where like the NBA could just take out the voice boxes of a few players, you know, like Kyrie.
I don't think that would work. I think he would figure something out so he wouldn't be able to, or so that he would be able to talk.
I don't know. It's yeah, he needs to not talk. Because
I think it would benefit him to not talk.
Yeah.
It would benefit his teammates not to talk.
The
He wants
Celtics could have been
rings.
a much better team last year if he didn't talk.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't be like super hated in Boston.
I think he's probably the most hated player in Boston.
I feel like they hate LeBron more.
I don't think so.
I think
they
every
hate
Eastern Conference team hates LeBron.
Yeah.
Except for the Cavs.
I would say that I think that Boston probably has more disdain for Kyrie Irving than LeBron right now.
Right now, yeah, because Kyrie's is more recent, but I think when you look at it in the long term.
Yeah. All right. Final thing. Finishing out the show.
Also, yeah, LeBron just kind of postered Jason Terry that one time.
Yeah, and Jason Terry shut him down in the finals one time.
Okay.
Up next, Markelle Fultz's big game.
That was good to see. He dropped
That was
a
great to
21-point triple-double.
Yeah,
And beat the Lakers with LeBron James.
So typically we're not going to talk about just a random guy having a big game
But it's
because it's
Markelle.
kind of non-consequential in the long run.
Mm-hmm.
But this is like kind of big shit because it's Markelle Fultz,
I like Markelle.
the guy who was, the biggest bust
And
since
here's the
Anthony
thing,
Bennett.
even with this game, he's been like solid throughout this entire
He's
season.
been good.
He's been good.
You can't consider him a bust anymore.
No.
Like unless you're in Philadelphia. Then you can be like, yeah, we wasted our number one pick on him,
Which is fair.
Yeah. Could have had Jason Tatum.
You could have Lonzo Ball.
Oh man.
You could have had Laurie Markkinen and you didn't capitalize. What a bunch of idiots.
Lowry. You could have had... Was Pascal in that draft?
No, he was 2016.
Yeah.
You could have had Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah.
But I guess a lot of teams passed up on him. So it's not... I think if there's a redraft, he's definitely number one, though.
Yeah. So let's just talk about this for a little bit.
I like Markelle.
Yeah, I had kind of given up on Markelle a little bit. Just because I was so... there are only a few players that I like straight up give up on before their rookie contract ends. And it's if I do not see improvement or if they're just... they have a weird, like, story. And Markelle Fultz was... probably the most bizarre story I've seen since I've been paying attention to professional basketball.
Yeah.
Like, it was just, I
Because
didn't think
no one knew what was
I didn't think
going
he was
on.
going to play again. Like, I straight up did not think he was ever going to play.
And there were so
professional
many
basketball.
weird, like, rumors and stuff, like the motorcycle accident.
Yeah.
There was, like, rumors that his mom put security cameras in his house to make sure he was okay or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, there was so much weird stuff going on with him.
But I'm glad he's doing well.
Yeah.
I mean,
And I think whenever a player plays well, it's good for the league, no matter what team they're on. But with Markelle especially, because there are so many hopes with him, like, coming out of college.
with Markelle, this is different because it's like proving that. I think it's a good narrative for the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody's paying attention to it because he doesn't play for the Lakers.
Well, it's also because the Magic suck.
Yeah. Do we have
But
anything else?
no, not really. This is a short podcast. There wasn't. Oh, Melo hit 26,000 points.
Nope.
What?
We're not. Nope.
Melo's a good basketball player.
We're not talking about that.
He's playing well.
Nope, we're not talking about that.
Someone here doesn't like Carmelo Anthony.
It's not that I don't like Carmelo Anthony. It's like he's gonna score. He scores a lot of points. No shit.
Yeah, but he's made his return. He was one player that I gave up on, and I mean he's playing well. But I also don't give up on players
Trailblazers suck.
until their rookie contract is up.
Trailblazers suck.
Yeah, they do. Because CJ has been. I mean, he's been doing normal CJ things, but they need him to
Damian
do.
Lillard has not been that great.
He has.
Has he?
Yeah, let's pull up his numbers. But I know he's had his game every now and then where he like is below what we expect from him. But he's been.
I can't wait for him to not be an all-star and bitch about it for a week and then like go off. That's my favorite part of the
Yeah,
year.
this season he's averaging 27 points, 7.5 assists, which are both career highs for him. Well, he's tied his career high for 27 points.
Yeah, never mind. I was wrong.
He's averaging a steal, which is fine, but he's shooting 36% from three, 44.5% from the field, and 88% from the free throw line. These are normal Damian Lillard things.
Yeah.
It's just the Trailblazers suck, so he's not getting his. He's not in the news all the time, unless. Plus, with Carmelo playing well, that also takes some shine away. But yeah, CJ's been the same as he always is, except his free throw percentage is down, but he only takes 2 a game, so it doesn't really matter. The Trailblazers just suck because they're big. Like Zach Collins is out, Yusuf Nurkic is out. That's gonna happen, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah,
You want to go ahead and wrap it up?
yeah. This is a short episode. There's like no big news
Yeah.
coming out.
All right, like and subscribe. Tell us why we're stupid idiots and why our opinion doesn't matter.
Yeah.
All right, I think that's good.
Yeah, that's good. See you guys.
Bye, guys.